All right, my friends, today need to work on the side-by-side behind me. The battery has been going dead for a while. I've been able to keep it on life support, but now it's to the point the maintainer doesn't even keep it charged enough for me to be able to start the side-by-side. Time to pull it so I can have the battery, throw it in the back of the truck when we go to town, have the battery available to just not have to deal with core charges later. Let's pull this battery out and be ready for going to town. All right, my friends, so this is the Mahindra XTV 1000S. This is the diesel engine. My battery is actually right back there behind that panel. It's easiest to get to if you can raise the bed. Bed is on powered system, so I just mash a button, it goes uppy downy. I do have this little cheater I put in for keeping the battery charged. The other way we should be able to get to the battery is under the seat. Well, this is going to be fun. Yes, the battery is under the seat. You see it down there? Good thing is, nothing's hot because I haven't been able to start this for about 3 days now. So, looks like I can get to the strap pretty easy. Get to the battery terminals pretty easy. First things first, let's get the battery disconnected so we can figure out how to pull it out of there. All right, looking at this thing, it does appear that I might be able to take this side panel off. There's 2 bolts down here, 2 bolts up top. If this panel comes out, I should hopefully be able to reach right in there. Maybe the battery will come out this way, because lifting the seat up, since I cannot lift the bed, lifting the seat up makes for a very tight hole. When I put in the plug for the battery maintainer, I was smart enough to zip tie it down so it didn't get into anything. I have to take that zip ties off so I can. We should be able to take this plate off. Alright. Oh, much easier to see everything. Let me tell you, I had some trash in the back of this thing that makes it smell lovely over here while I'm working on this battery. Oops, wrong way. First, we're going to try the good old PB blaster. Alright, my friends, the battery's out. It was not fun, but it was rewarding to get it done myself. Now it's sitting down there on the bush hog so I can grab it when I drive out and go get a new one. What ended up working was the square side of that bolt. I'll try and put a photo up there. Was at an angle where if you had top of the battery and the angle of where the four sides were on that bolt, couldn't get a wrench on this way very easily and couldn't get a wrench on this way because A, it wouldn't stick under the battery, the plastic, and then this way I had structural framing for keeping the wrench from being able to go to the next 90-degree increment. So if I used a 13mm wrench, I had enough slop on there that I could just start to bend it, and then once I broke it loose and bent it, then I was able to take and use the 12 that actually it's supposed to fit and get it wrenched out where it loosened things up enough that then I could take that silly screwdriver that has the orange electrical tape on it and just kind of wedge, and eventually the battery terminal came off. Now I did, I'm sure some of you are going to say, go take it off the other end. So I traced that cable around. I took that, the slotted vent cover on the passenger side that I took off to reach the battery. There's the same thing on the driver's side. I traced that cable around. It went up to the starter, and it went through and around all kinds of other cables and up and was bent just the right angle. And I'd had to take off about 4 other cables to get to the nut to loosen up where that one went to. So I did look at that, taking off the other end of the cable, wrecking the whole thing out. I really didn't want to do that. So I just had perseverance, stuck with the terminal side and the 13mm to break it loose, and then the 12mm to back it out enough that I could get the terminal jaws open enough to pry it off. Battery's out. Next step is go find a new battery, and then I'm going to use the obviously I'm going to have to get the terminal cleaner out and clean up that terminal before I put it on there, but they have those little foam washer things that you can put on top of the positive and negative terminals, and then the dielectric grease or whatever they call it, to help keep things from corroding. I do not want to have to go through that again 5 years from now. So y'all have a good evening. That was my task for today that was outside, because it went from being a little bit daylight to it is now very dark, as you probably can tell. So I'm going to go inside and work on some stuff. Okay, time for putting the new battery into the Mahindra. That was a shock going to the store to buy one of these things. The Mahindra uses a Group 51 battery, which is not your typical lawnmower ATV type of battery. It cost me a wee bit more than I thought it was going to. So we have us an Everstart. You can take a guess where I got it from, but I will tell you, I've been buying these batteries for a long time, because every time I do research on these, people always say, and I'm not a battery expert, so come on, clear up. People always say stick with Johnson Control batteries. Now this has GCH, so I'm going to assume this is still Johnson Control, because Walmart's been selling Johnson Control batteries for as long as I've been reading about batteries. Now it does say distributed by someone else now. That just might be who's rebranding Johnson Control, because the serial number has a JCH in the beginning. I'm going to go with this is still a Johnson Control. Don't know that it is, don't know that it isn't. Everything implies that it is, but let me tell you, this battery was 3 times what I thought it was going to be. Good thing I took the old one in. They charged me a core charge just like I thought they would. Couldn't take it off at the register, so I had to go sit in customer service line 3 minutes after I bought the battery to get my core charge back. But oh well. Let's get it in so we can get the Mahindra up and running again. I got some trash I need to haul and burn, as well as I need to go visit the neighbors, and I'd rather take my side-by-side. So here we go. Slide this bad boy in. Come on. battery clamp back in place. The lovely way you have to put this terminal back in. See if we, I don't even know if you guys can see. I'll be working. No, you can't see. How do I rotate? Right down there. Yeah, there's not a good angle for you guys to see, but the bolt is one of those bolts that has the square to hold it in place. So I get to hold the bolt up while tightening, oh, I'm going to need a deep well, tightening the, let's just get it started, tightening the nut on the top. So you got to push up while pushing down in a very nice little confined area. That's okay if you can't see. I can't see either. When I took these off, I did spray a little PB Blaster on everything just to try and make sure they went back together easier. Oh, maybe we can do this without a deep well. But my arms don't fit. Maybe this way. Beautiful. Okay, tighten up the one on the back. Okay, battery's installed. It's not going anywhere. We should put the positive on first. I cannot find my little magic silver battery terminal cleaner, which obviously I don't have to worry about cleaning these. I just have to clean up this mess. Why this is, oh, this side's already nice and clean. It didn't corrode. We'll use a wire brush and clean it up anyway, but I'll have to clean up this terminal. I can't find that little battery terminal cleaner. You know, you pop it out, it has a cylindrical wire brush. You go on the inside. Terminal's brand new, so I don't have to worry about cleaning that. But I would like to scrub this down. I got my wire brush. Okay. Take this cap off. Come on. Should always use the correct tool for the job, which I don't have with me, but I'm here. There we go. And we're going to put some stuff on here to try and keep it from corroding again. I've done this on other batteries and it seems to work. It's a Noco battery treatment kit. Put that on there. It's sticky, it's infused with something, I have no idea what. And there's not much in here, but I know you're supposed to do that after, but we'll do it before and after. And this is going to be fun. Getting this back on and locked down the way it was supposed to. Okay, we got the battery mounted. I fixed this one positive lead that had a bad connector on it. And we got our other positive lead. So I put these two guys on. And to be safe, before I get the wrench in here and ratchet it down, let's make sure all of our negatives are not connecting to any grounds. Oh, we missed one. My battery charger. We gotta put that on as well. Good thing we checked. Where are all the negatives? So let's take this nut back finger loose off. Yes, this is round 2 of putting this silly thing together. Well, I decided to do it right as opposed to coming back and having to do it later. One, two, three, we know where our negatives are. And again, we don't want to make it too tight because it's all just lead. Or whatever composite it is, it's soft metal. Good connector up top. Not moving. Not moving. It is flush, it didn't come up. Okay, no wiggly, no wiggly, no wiggly. Got a good connector on the top. Whee! Beautiful. Let's put her all back together and be ready to roll.